All right, everyone. Peter is down. My enemies are after me. No, I'm just joking. Welcome back, everyone. We are here in London, the beautiful city. It is a rainy day, and we are off. I'm here for a few days to meet some friends, some clients, some investors, go for an interview. And so I figured today I would talk just briefly about, I think, a strategic mistake that was made by the US, probably principally, but could also be the EU. And this is pertaining to the subject of what is going on with Ukraine, and in particular the SWIFT cutoff, and what I would predict will happen over the next little while in terms of the overall situation with the currencies. So just kind of put yourself in the position of someone who has been, like they're a small country, right? So a country in Latin America, in Africa, in the Middle East, and something like this. And for a very long time, you were holding US dollars as your principal reserve currency. And the reason for this mainly is because it was the perceived flight to safety. However, because recently what you just saw was, well, Russia was just cut off from that. What are you going to do? And how is this going to change the world? Now, in my perspective, what I would expect is that first of all, probably Russia is not going to stop transacting. Surprise, surprise, they're not going to stop trading. And so the question then is, what are they going to trade in? And the answer is probably Chinese RMB. We've already seen this. They trade oil in Chinese RMB, and they'll probably start to trade pretty much everything else. Well, how would we take the next step? What's India going to trade with them in? Nobody's going to trade with them in ruples. The ruple is, worthless, not been shown to be solid. But they can't trade in US dollars or euros. And so the logical conclusion becomes RMB. Well, what does this mean? Now countries like India start holding more RMB. Then you're in a situation where, because they're holding RMB and they want to spend it, other places are willing to accept it because they know they can sell their goods and services in RMB. And I think overall what you're likely to see over a 10-year period is that China becomes a massive winner in this, that actually you end up with quite a lot of capital accumulating in China. Now add on to this a few other things, which are, first of all, you're in a situation where the nature of what is going on in the world implies a certain level of, what would I say? Let's just say that what's likely to take place is that less countries will have any need to be in there, and more they'll want to trade with countries that they can't otherwise trade with. And therefore, China becomes a bridge. In other words, nobody's cutting China off from the SWIFT system. They're not going to stop being in the US dollar or the euro. And so, but they're still going to be in the RMB. So probably what happens is all sorts of countries start to trade with China in RMB, and the West starts to trade with, continues to trade with China in US dollars and euros, and China becomes a bridge. So whereas previously Singapore, Hong Kong, etc. were bridges, now you end up finding a country like China or other major countries like maybe India, etc. become bridges, and this changes the dynamics overall. So anyway, those are my thoughts, and I will look forward to hearing from what you guys have to say.